How's it going, guys? I'm Devoid, by the way. I'm today's host. Today I have with me the one and only Function. How you doing today, Function?
I'm doing good. I'm chilling. That's about it,
You
really.
chilling?
Yeah.
How's the weather over there? Is it cool? Is it warm?
It's like in the middle, really. Like in the mornings, it's pretty cold generally, but then it starts going up.
Do you prefer cool over warm or vice versa?
I think I prefer warm weather, but like when it gets up to like fucking like 28, 30 C, then it fucking sucks.
Yeah, I can't handle the cold, man. I get too cold. I feel like if I'm in cold for too long, my body just shuts down. I just can't be in cold for too long. All right, so before we get started with the interview, why don't you tell us a little bit about yourself?
Yeah, so I'm from Lithuania. I'm 17 years old. I'll be 18 actually in, I don't know, like 18 days or so. Yeah, I started making music probably around like when I was 11 or so. I started like messing around with FL Studio.
Jeez, that's early.
Didn't like ever really take it very seriously or like try to improve that much. Only around like 2 or 3 years ago, I started like taking it a bit more seriously. Yeah, that's about it.
Yeah. I think that's how everyone starts off though, right? I think that's how everyone starts off is everyone kind of just plays around and then figures out their style and stuff. That's how I started. So you recently released the Lost Files EP under SHUTTLE RECS. So why don't you tell me about like kind of like what got that going, like what was the process behind making that EP and where did the ideas come from and stuff?
The reason it's called the Lost Files EP is because 3 of the 4 tracks in there, they're almost 2 years old now, I believe. They're like 1 year and like 8 months old or something like that. Square Up Wrecker and Relay are all like very old tracks that just like never got released. And then Meat Grinder is like almost a year old as well. Can't really say what the creative process behind any of them really was. Meat Grinder was supposed to be something like similar to like Trench Lords Volume 1. Not exactly what it ended up being, but that's fine. The other ones was doing stuff, I suppose. Yeah, and that's all I really have to say about that.
It's definitely not about how you want it to be. It's more about like how it ends up being and if you're happy with that, right? I think in the end you were happy enough to put it on the EP, right?
Yeah, so when the Shuttle Recs was like getting started and Ari was like getting people for the first compilation, he messaged me and I sent over like basically like every unreleased track that I had finished. So he ended up choosing Relay for the compilation, and then he ended up liking the 3 other tracks, which ended up being Square Up, Wrecker, and Meat Grinder. He ended up liking those as well. So he just decided to offer having an EP on the label as well. Uh, so that's how that came about, really.
Nah, man, that's grinding. Actually, I was gonna ask you, how do you pump out so much stuff and just like because you clearly had like a lot of unreleased stuff and you've already got a lot of stuff on your SoundCloud. So like how are you such a grinder? Is what I'm saying.
I, I don't really think I grind out music that much, at least not right now. I used to like do stuff more often, but nowadays I don't get on FL as often as I used to. For me, with tracks, usually the stuff I finish, I only end up like I'm pretty sure. Okay, hold on. Yeah, I'm pretty sure every single track on that EP, I don't think I spent more than like 4 hours on. I can't think of the fucking word, but like it just flows well,
Right.
you know.
Yeah.
Like when it works, it just works, and I can like do stuff pretty quickly. And
Right. Yeah. Okay. You just get that workflow going, right?
yeah, that's
Yeah.
basically it.
Next question. You make a lot of rhythm slash dubstep stuff. You do have a couple of like, kind of like breakcore, like jungle stuff, but you make like rhythm dubstep, correct?
Yeah.
Yeah. Um, how come this is your main go-to for stuff? So like, what's essentially what do you like so much about dubstep and rhythm? Is I guess is what I'm asking.
I feel like this probably might be a similar story for some people as well. But originally, when I first ever heard Riddim, I don't even know which like track it was, but I did not like it at all. I thought it sounded like ass. But
Mm.
then after how long, I kind of started enjoying it a lot. When it came to like dubstep or whatever, that's just the genre I always gravitated towards. Because
Yeah, for sure.
when it comes to like dubstep and stuff like that, that's all I really listen to. I started off like making beats, which I feel like is the same for like almost everyone, I imagine. Then I kind of moved on to like house and stuff, and then when I started listening to like Riddim and stuff like that more, I started trying making that, and that's what kind of stuck.
What got you into music in the first place? And like, did you have any like inspirations?
The whole reason I even like got into making music, I was just like messing around with a friend in FL Studio, just making random stuff. That's basically how I got into it. But I think the main reason I like got into making rhythm is just because that's what I was listening to. And when it comes to like inspirations and stuff,
Yeah.
there's like been a lot of like artists that have like been my primary inspirations
Hmm.
like over the years.
Yep.
Like I've always been like a very big fan of Ominous.
Oh, for sure.
Um,
Yeah.
that's probably who I've been like a big fan of the longest. But then like I'm trying to think now.
Did you listen to Gurnville? What do you think of Gurnville?
Grenville? I don't think I have actually.
That's the newest EP he
Oh
has.
yeah, no, I
Yeah,
haven't.
I recommend it. Highly recommend it.
Yeah, I'll have to check that out later. But no, I haven't listened to that now. Later on, people like Cripplingg, Von Rands,
Holy Quartet.
yeah. Mad Dubz is a pretty big inspiration.
Yeah, for sure.
Jub is one of my like all-time favorites. I love Jubs.
Yeah, I haven't heard anything from like Jubb since like 2020, I think. Didn't he have like a Black Label EP or something like that?
I don't think he ever had a blank label EP. It was on Accus's EP.
Hold on. I'm just gonna look this up real quick. Yeah, he did. Yeah, he did. Oh wait, no, no, that's Savage. That's Savage Society.
Yeah.
Yeah, that EP. Sorry, I got them confused.
Yeah.
Yeah, Jubb is definitely a really good producer. I do enjoy a lot of Jubb stuff. So yeah, I totally get that. And the Mad Dubs thing, I totally see the resemblance now.
Also, like people like Akios and like Neonic Sizzy. People like that I've always like been like some of my favorites and stuff. Recently, I've been listening to more like of the more classic rhythm stuff, but I like making like just whatever really.
You did have a couple of those like breakcore like D&B type songs on your in your discography. I remember checking out your Spotify, and songname actually kind of stood out to me because it was like the first thing that I saw that was like kind of different from everything else you made. And so I was wondering if we might see more of that in the future and what that might entail.
Maybe, I don't know. I like making. I listen to basically like all genres. I like making a bunch of different stuff. I'm actually like the first two
Hmm.
tracks I ever had uploaded on SoundCloud, which are privated right now, were both like drum and bass type stuff.
Totally get that. Absolutely. Yeah. I think that's awesome, by the way, that you're kind of like doing everything. Cause I feel like a lot of artists, especially nowadays, are kind of like one dimensional in like what they're making. And so it's cool to see like that you're kind of just doing everything. Another song I wanted to mention, Dementia Dub,
Oh yeah.
caught, kind of like caught my attention. I thought that was a good song. Uh what kind of compelled you to make that?
I don't know. I remember I was just like messing around and trying to like make like that square type rhythm bass in Serum. And then I made something that I was like, yeah,
Yeah,
this sounds pretty cool. And then I just kind of extended it into a track, and that was really it.
yeah. I like the Haas sample. I think that's golden.
Yeah. I used to do this like a decent bit where I would just go through like my downloads folder and whatever, and if I found like a fucking like a funny meme or whatever, I would just sample it or something and then set it as the name or whatever. That's the same thing that what happened with Rice Gum Dub.
Oh yeah, Rice Gum Dub. That was awesome. Huge recommend anyone out there who hears this. Huge recommend. If there's anything out there that you haven't tried, what would you like to try next? Like, what's a type of genre you would like to try next?
I can't actually think of anything that like I haven't done that I would like really want to do.
That's fair. I mean, you still do you still do lots of stuff. Is there anything that we can expect from you in like the future? Do you have any like upcoming projects? Do you plan on releasing under Shuttle Recs again? Yeah, pretty much just what does the future entail for
I
Function?
don't know. We'll see. When it comes to Shuttle Recs, I would like to release at some point again on it, but you know the queue is very long, so that and that's not even
For sure, yeah.
something that I'm really thinking about. I have like a track that's like basically ready to release that I just have like ready as a 100 follower freebie. I have quite a few tracks actually that are like basically half finished but are just sitting there. I don't have like anything really planned out. We'll see what happens. I have to like actually finish music.
Yeah, I get that. Sometimes you start off with an idea, but sometimes you don't really know where that idea is gonna go, right? So you kind of, I think something like that really just you kind of need to just let it be and then like come back to it at a later date, right? That's why I actually
Yeah.
respect that you have like lots of projects. I respect everyone that has lots of projects, to be honest, because if you get stuck on one, you can just go back to one that you worked on earlier, and then you might actually have some ideas for that one. And like a lot of projects, they get scrapped, right? So you just have more stuff that you can actually put out. So like I respect the grind for sure.
Yeah, I have like a bunch of stuff that's like intro and like first drop and stuff is done. I think you could count 4 or 5 tracks that have like the intro and the first drop done
I see.
and are just sitting around.
One last question before we kind of wrap it up here. Um, Back to like the kind of D&B sort of thing. You make a lot of it, and I was wondering if you had any inspiration for like stuff like that, right? Um because I actually am really into that stuff, and I was just curious if you had any specific artists that you go to when it comes to making stuff like that.
I haven't really made any like DNB or whatever in quite a while. I don't really have any like go-to artists when it comes to like drum and bass and stuff. I in general like basically every single genre. I just don't listen to all of them like a lot. I in general, like I said before, I in general don't listen to music very often, funnily enough.
I think for stuff like that, you really need to find someone that like really captivates you. It's hard to find diamonds in the rough. So yeah, thank you for joining me in this first shuttle pod. Great to talk to you, man, for sure. Really looking forward to what you have in store next. Yeah, for sure. And I will see you later. And thank you guys for joining us here at Shuttle Pod. So yeah, that's gonna do it. Bye bye.
See ya.